4-4 game. We have at minimum 1 inning left to play here. And if this thing goes beyond 7, our color man's not going to get any lunch from the...
Oh, boy. Good thing I get paid well.
Fouled away for strike 1. Sort of the batter. Once again, we'll see Myers and Rogala pending changes here for the Prowlers if they decide to make any. The next pitch here for Lindman is pitch 110 according to my numbers. And that one will go a little bit low for a ball. It's 1-1. Top of 7, 4-4. Prowlers looking to tack on 1, 2, or 3 or more here, and the Rebels looking to hold things right where they're at and potentially put themselves up for walk-off fashion possibilities in the bottom of the 7th. 2-1 the count now here. Well, I said it in our pregame show. The last game we did here was a walk-off in the bottom of the 7th. We might be in for the same thing here this time. And that one is fouled back as it skimmed off the top of her bat. Once again, Cora Sorta, the junior, is the batter. 0 for 2. Struck out swinging, then she was walked, and then she struck out looking. And the pitch, and that's high. It's 3-1. On 113 tosses for Lindman. 75 strikes and 38 balls unofficially. 1 hour and 42 minutes into the ball game. She'll check her wrist for the numbered code from her coach. She'll set and deliver. And that'll walk her. So Sorta's on with her second walk of the game. Strikeout, walk, strikeout, walk. That brings up the shortstop, Brianna Myers.
Yeah, looking at the DGF softball Facebook page, you're out here plowing snow on the 5th, so 20
April
days
5th.
ago.
April 5th.
I guess that has to be at least 3 feet of snow with the Bobcat being moved around. Now look at it.
Yeah, it looks pretty good down that third baseline, right? Well, like I said, with any luck, we'll have a doubleheader of softball for you tomorrow from Barnesville featuring this DGF Rebels team. It's my goal to find a way to get that game on, but like I said, the backup plan is the same two teams in baseball. As that one's bunted foul for a strike. 0-2 the count now here to Brianna Myers. 0 for 3 with a pair of flyouts and a ground out. And that one's up, foul territory, and it's out of play. They will not be able to make a play on that one, and it'll remain 0-2. Of course, sort of the runner on first here for. And now the throw up to first. I think they got her, and they did. Pitch came across as a strike. Or no, it came across as a ball. I'm sorry. And then the snap throw up to first. Gets sorta out. Two, 3 on the throw out. And now there's 1 out on the scoreboard. And it is now 2 balls and 2 strikes. First 3 were fouled away, followed by a pair of ball and a ball. Pair of balls. That should easier said that way, I guess. And there we'll miss for ball 3. So a trio of balls now. And 3 balls and 2 strikes. Full count. 120 pitches now for Lindman. And in case you're wondering, that's not an uncommon number to see a softball pitcher throw. It is a very uncommon number, probably an impossible number for a baseball pitcher to throw. Full count, and that one is sent up. It might drop for a hit, and it will. The second baseman couldn't get back far enough, and the center fielder couldn't get forward far enough. And now Myers is on with a single after going 0 for 3. She's now 1 for 4. As she bloops one into shallow right center. And now we have a visit to the mound here. And it might be a pitching change here. And yes, it will. Looks like the new pitcher is going to be Autumn Leach, the 8th grader. So we'll take a break. We'll let Leach warm up, and we'll be back in a moment here on the Magnitude Sports Network. Stay tuned.
Gourmet Game Processing is the definition of delicious. They provide the best in the products that they offer and how they process your game meat. But they offer more than just high-quality, delicious products. They are a full-service meat shop that has become an important part of the local community, and they are proud to sponsor today's DGF broadcast. Located on Center Avenue in Dilworth and online at gourmetgameprocessing.net.
You have options when it comes to purchasing your crop inputs. At Maple River Grain and Agronomy, it's our goal to provide our member owners with the best possible customer service from people that you know and trust who grew up around here and know what it takes to run a successful farming business year-round. The team at Maple River Grain and Agronomy can anticipate our customers' needs. They now serve the DGF and Barnesville communities, as well as Rothsay and Sabin, plus many other locations across North Dakota and Minnesota. Visit mrga.com today to learn more about Maple River Grain and Agronomy.
All right, welcome back. So pitching change. Autumn Leach, the 8th grader, now in the circle here for the Rebels. She'll take over for Lindman. 121 pitches, 79 strikes, 42 balls. Allowed 4 runs on 8 hits, and is now no longer responsible for any runners on base, as the runner who she was responsible for just got forced tagged out at second. And Rogala will reach on a fielder's choice.
She has quite the arm for an 8th grade. I don't know if you saw that, but wow, that had some speed behind it.
Yeah, she kind of was on standby for varsity last year as a 7th grader. Got some JV time in, obviously, but yeah, she can play some softball. I've seen her throw some balls around as a 7th grader, watching some JV games that we didn't broadcast. So 1 ball, no strike. It's Olivia Tugis, the batter. And that one will go into the backstop, and the runners will advance to advance to second. So 2 outs here in the top of the 7th. We're knotted up at 4. Autumn Leach in relief of Lindman.
4's going in for 7 for the Prowlers.
Good catch on that one. That will be Ruby Geyser. So coach for the Prowlers looking for a little bit of speed on second base there. And that one's hit up. Going towards Kaylee Peterson in right. She'll make the grab, and that will take care of the top of the 7th. They'll strand Geyser on base as she was rounding third, hoping Peterson wouldn't make the catch to give her team the lead. But instead, we remain knotted up at 4 apiece. To the bottom of the 7th we go. We'll be back in a moment here on Magnitude.
Gourmet Game Processing is the definition of delicious. They provide the best in the products that they offer and how they process your game meat. But they offer more than just high-quality, delicious products. They are a full-service meat shop that has become an important part of the local community, and they are proud to sponsor today's DGF broadcast. Located on Center Avenue in Dilworth and online at gourmetgameprocessing.net.
All right, here we go. Bottom of the 7th. DGF scores, they win. Simple as that. Otherwise, we have bonus softball for you today here on Magnitude Sports on our softball opener of the spring. Couldn't ask for a better game than the one that we have been able to bring to you here on this semi-chilly but mostly acceptably warm. Is that a good way to put it?
Yeah, compared to what we've had, I
Yeah.
don't take this any day.
Yeah. 49 degrees officially here in Glendon, and that will miss for a ball. 1 ball and 1 strike is the count here. Michaela Winters, the batter, 2 for 3, reached on an error. Since then, she's had a pair of singles. One of them an infield single, one of them into shallow left center. 1 hour and 51 minutes, time of the game. And the pitch. In for a ball, apparently. It looked maybe just a little bit high. And that one's popped up. Could be make a play on it. I couldn't see it.
Nope.
Nope, she did not make the catch. The roof of the Rebels dugout was blocking my view from that particular angle where the player ran up to. Two and two. And the 2-2 pitch. And that one's fouled up and into the concession stand. At one point, the barbecue grill was there. I'm not sure if they moved it or not, but
Add a little flavor.
yeah. I'll take a softball with cheese. 2 and 2. Hit. Nice diving grab by Piper Green, the freshman at third base. And that's out number 1. A line drive, and Piper Green, after being the originator of a couple errors early in this game, makes up for it there. Nice play by the freshman third baseman. Skylar Spessard is the batter now. 0 for 2. Ground out, and an intentional walk last time she was at the plate. And a ball is called, 1-0. Ellie Boyd is the batter on deck. We'll see here for sure. With 1 out and no runners on. No double play opportunities currently exist. 4-4 ball game here in the bottom of the 7th. And this one right over towards Piper Green. She picks it up, fires it over. It's snagged by Sorter. It's a 5-3 ground out. And Piper Green, the third baseman, responsible for outs number 1 and now 2 here in the top of the 7th. And that's Ellie Boyd. It's up to her to try and keep this inning going here for the Rebels. She's had some success today. A double to left field, reach base on an error, and a single to center field. 4-4 in the 7th. A grounder right back towards Tugas. She'll underhand flip it into the glove of Sorter, and we're headed to bonus softball, knotted up at 4. To the top of the 8th, we'll go, and the scheduled batters are 8-9-1. Liza Berkeley, Braylee Winnan, and Brooklyn Broadwell are the scheduled batters, pending changes when we return after this.
Buffalo River Sales in Glendon has a rock-solid reputation of providing excellent service, support, and satisfaction. Buffalo River Sales prides themselves on giving customers the best service available, the best parts, and the best accessories, plus a staff that understands all aspects of the business. Check out the line of Hustler mowers and Flow trailers. Buffalo River Sales also offers military discounts. Keep your equipment running right by scheduling your service and repair needs today with Buffalo River Sales, 122 State Street Northeast in Glendon. Call 218-498-2800.
You have options when it comes to purchasing your crop inputs. At Maple River Grain and Agronomy, it's our goal to provide our member owners with the best possible customer service from people that you know and trust who grew up around here and know what it takes to run a successful farming business year-round. The team at Maple River Grain and Agronomy can anticipate our customers' needs. They now serve the DGF and Barnesville communities, as well as Rothsay and Sabin, plus many other locations across North Dakota and Minnesota. Visit mrga.com today to learn more about Maple River Grain and Agronomy.
All right, welcome back. Trying to catch the jersey number. It's scheduled to be Liza Berkeley. We'll see if it's
14.
No, they did change it. So it is Piper Green, the third baseman, who made 2 fantastic plays at third base in the bottom of the 7th.
No pressure.
Yeah. And now she falls behind. Well, no, she doesn't fall behind. She's even in the count at 1-1, and she'll get a piece of that one and foul it away. That one's low and out for a ball, well, 2. Autumn Leach with the 2-1. Swing and a miss, and that evens it up at 2-2. Actually, I guess that was, we were a strike behind. It's a strikeout. That's the 8th strikeout of the game for the Rebels, the first for Autumn Leach. Braley winning. Popped up. Diving for it was Fromke, but she couldn't quite stretch out and get there. A for effort there. Going to the books as a strike, 0-1.
You got to get dirty at some point in the game.
Exactly, right? You got black jerseys, and they're not going to get dirty. Unless you're going to get your jersey number dirty, then I suppose that'd be a problem, but 0-2. Can Leach get a strikeout? Yes, she can. Her second back-to-back batters, and oh wait, never mind. Hang on a bit. One and 2. And she won't get a strikeout, but she'll get it a ground out on a 6-3. So foul tip. That looked like a strikeout, but once again, our field mics aren't working, so I can't hear those tips. And it's a ground out. Thankfully, it's only happened twice today. One for each team. So
there you go. Keep it even.
It's all good. Got excited for nothing. One time for each team. Brooklyn Broadwell, the batter now. Try and say that. Brooklyn Broadwell, the batter.
Brooklyn Broadwell, the batter.
Okay, well, you did it better than I did on that first time, so maybe I'll just have you take over. 1-1 the count here to Broadwell. A senior for the Prowlers. And Leach delivers another strike.
Got to use that alliteration to your advantage.
Yeah, right? 2 minutes shy of the 2-hour mark of this ball game here. We're in the top of the 8th. Bonus softball for you. 1-2. Swing and a miss. And now she gets her second strikeout, and now end the top half of the 8th. And the Rebels, once again, will have walk-off opportunity here in the bottom of the 8th. Strikeout number 10 of the afternoon here for the Rebels. The second for Olivia, for the Autumn Leach. And now it'll be Kaylee Peterson, Fromke, and Lindman are the scheduled batters. I think we'll have a change in that lineup when we return after this here on Magnitude. Stay tuned.
Randall's Excavating is experienced in underground utilities, specializing in water lines, sanitary sewer, and storm sewer, from site preparation and trenching to the installation of all site utilities. They also provide a large number of underground services and can complete your underground work from the street to the building. Randall's Excavating responds to emergency repairs of water leaks, fire protection lines, fire hydrants, sanitary and storm sewer lines, for all commercial and residential needs, including camera inspections, and they work with most plumbing contractors. For more info, visit randallsinc.com or call 701-219-9126.
Concrete is used in nearly every business and residence thanks to its durability and low cost. Whether it's your home, farm, or business, your concrete will likely need maintenance or repair given our harsh winters. The team at Cash Concrete has over 20 years experience and is able to provide the best, most cost-effective service in today's market. Call 701-219-0425 or visit cashconcretefm.com to get your...
All right, we'll make it out to our friends at Cash Concrete there. Didn't want you to miss any of the action here. That pitch will miss for a ball. Kaylee Peterson is the batter. 1 for 3. Pop out to the second baseman, and then she doubled the left field and then reached on a fielder's choice. 1 ball, no strike. And the pitch. And that one will miss for a ball. It's 2-0.
Some excitement down below. I don't know if you can hear that.
Oh, yeah.
Without the crowd mic.
Yeah, no, I
Oh.
I can hear it. And this one, a little dribbler right down first, but it's going to be called foul. She picked it up on the wrong side of the foul line, and if she could have got there a couple steps sooner, picked it up in fair territory, that would have been an out instead of a strike. But instead, it's a fouled away pitch. 2 hours and 1 minute. Rebel dugout cheering on Peterson here, and that's the normal. Been calling softball games for about 6 years, and that's one thing that has not changed about the atmosphere of softball is the cheering from the batter's dugout. And that one will drop into center field. Bounced off the infield sand into center field, and a runner on for the Rebels. It's a single. Go ahead.
I know your longest baseball broadcast, 4 hours.
4 hours.
4 hours.
And 2 minutes. Yep.
So how about softball?
I don't know, to be honest.
Okay.
I'd have to look that one up. I think we have it on our website. If you want to pull up our website and look at the records.
I suppose I could.
Showing bunt. Missed the bunt. And Peterson will stay put at first. I believe that was a strike. It's 0-1. Scroll up a little bit.
Did I miss it?
No, yeah, you missed it. Right
There it
there.
is.
Look for the softball tab, and then
I was gonna
think you
look
can
for.
find
I was gonna look for football.
Oh, that's right. I have baseball, softball combined. While Chris looks that up, it's a 1-1 count. And bunted, and it stays fair. Throw up to first is out, and now Broadwell runs up towards second and stares down Peterson to stay on second base. So Franke's out on the ground out. 2-3, that advances Peterson to second. And now a base hit can win the game here for the Rebels.
Does not look like something you have on here.
I could have swore I did have it, but we'll have to change that. Autumn Leach, the batter. She'll nick it foul for a strike, going 1. I heard that one through our field mics. No, I know that the longest baseball game was 4 hours and 2 minutes. Our good buddy Eric Tianson had that call between the West Fargo Patriots and some team from Omaha, Nebraska. And that one's nicked foul. I was doing a post-400 game against Arapahoe, Colorado. And Eric and I were staying in the same hotel. I got back to the hotel after in the team bus going to a restaurant. The team eats, then I get back to the hotel, and it's still another 3 hours before Eric gets back. And the game started at the exact same time.
Poor guy.
Eric got back to the hotel at about 1:30 in the morning.
Oh.
He called me and said, "Hey, I'm going to go get something to eat." I was like, "I don't care, dude. It's it's your money. Go spend it how you want. You don't have to be at the hotel." But it was common courtesy, I guess. I kind of knew what was going on because I was watching the game on my phone trying to fall asleep myself.
Oh, boy.
1-2. That one hit up into left field, and coming in to make the grab is Winning. Runner will stay at second. There's 2 away now as Autumn Leach flies out to left field. Greta DeVries is the batter, and Tugis has her biggest moment of the softball season, quite possibly right here. Can she force the 9th inning, or will DeVries bat in her teammate? And that's probably the topic of conversation as the Prowlers coach and teammates go to the mound at the 2-hour and 5-minute mark of the ball game. We'll take a break. We'll be right back here in a moment here on Magnitude Sports.
Game processing is the definition of delicious. They provide the best in the products that they offer and how they process your game meat. But they offer more than just high-quality, delicious products. They are a full-service meat shop that has become an important part.
All right, we'll make it out to our friends at Gourmet Game Processing there, as we didn't want you to miss any of the action. We're knotted up at 4-4. Thought we had, it turns out that we probably did have enough time to finish that, but I wasn't sure, so the DGF Rebel dugout will scream their hearts out here for Greta DeVries to get a base hit RBI. That's all the Rebels need to win it. And they're going to intentionally walk DeVries. And the reason why they're doing that is it sets up a force out at third. So that's the second intentional walk of the game here by the Prowlers. That's to be Lola Garrett, a junior, stepping into the number 9 spot in place of Katie Kittleson. Lola played some basketball this year on the DGF team along with her sister Aria. First and second, force out at third with the intentional walk, and the pitch is in for a strike for Tugis, 0-1. Four in the bottom of the 8th. 2 away, 2 on. And the pitch. That will miss, and the throw to second is not in time. They tried to catch Peterson off base, and Peterson was able to get back in time. The pitch comes across as a ball, and that makes the count 1-1. Tugis winds, delivers, fouled at the plate. Peterson took off quickly there. She'll have to make the long trip back to second now. Fouled away pitch makes it 1-2 with 2 away and 2 on. Peterson on second. Greta DeVries on first. They just need one of them to cross home plate. Outside. And Kramer staring down Peterson between second and third. 2's across the board. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, 2 runners on. And the 2-2 pitch. Grounded. Force out at third is not available, so they'll take the out at first, and that'll do it. We have inning number 9 coming up here. We're at the 2-hour and 9-minute mark of this ball game, and we have more to come for you here. We'll see if they have any changes in the lineup. We'll be back in a moment.
Gourmet Game Processing is the definition of delicious. They provide the best in the products that they offer and how they process your game meat. But they offer more than just high-quality, delicious products. They are a full-service meat shop that has become an important part of the local community, and they are proud to sponsor today's DGF broadcast. Located on Center Avenue in Dilworth and online at gourmetgameprocessing.net.
All right. Well, nothing decided in the first 7. Nothing decided in the 8th. We go to the 9th. Sophia Kramer, 2 for 3. Ground out to the pitcher. A walk, a bunt single, and an infield single, and a fouled away pitch at the plate for strike 1. We'll also see Natalie Novak and Cora Sorda, though the scheduled batters. We're at the 2, 3, 4 spots in the batting lineup here for the Prowlers. 0-1 now to Kramer. Kramer, a junior for Thief River Falls this year. We're in the 9th inning of play. And a bunt down, third base slide. And Fromke fires it over there for Boyd, and they're going to call it foul. So no out. It's a strike. And everybody will go back and do this over again. It's 0-2. That is the most exciting foul ball I've ever called, I think. 0-2 pitch, and just a little bit low. She tried to sneak the fastball in there for strike 3, but instead it'll be 1-2. The 1-2 is low, and now we're even at 2. Natalie Novak, the senior, is the batter on deck here for Thief River Falls. The pitch. That one skips into the back. Nobody on base for the Prowlers to take advantage of that. And now it's a full count. Autumn Leach, next pitch, either walks her, strikes her out, or it's fouled away and you have to do it again. We'll see. It's one of those 3 scenarios. Can't be any others unless something magically weird happens. And it's a little grounder, and it's going to be a base hit. She's out. So if you didn't hear that, when she exited the batter's box, the ball hit her, and whenever a ball hits a runner, that's an out. So that is out number 1. So that officially, if you're scoring at home, goes into the books as hit by a ball. And Natalie Novak, a senior, Oh, 0-1. And that one's hit high, deep center field, and it will bounce right in front of the yellow bus sign to the right of the Cash Concrete sign, and that's a double for Natalie Novak. Cora Sorda has a chance to bat her teammate in from second and give the Prowlers a lead. 1 out here. You could potentially look for a bunt. We'll see if that's what the coach is thinking. Hasn't squared up yet. Does it look like she will? And it's a ball 1. 2 hours and 14 minutes. Time of the game since first pitch. .434 time of the first pitch. It's now 6:48. High for a ball 2. And a strike thrown on the outside edge of the plate there by Autumn Leach. And strike two. So ball and a ball on the first two pitches, and now a pair of strikes to follow, and it's 2-2. Fouled away, and it remains 2-2. This will be the 30th pitch here for Autumn Leach, the 8th grader. 20 strikes and 9 balls on 29 tosses so far. 2-2 windup deliveries low, ball 3. Payoff pitch. Fouled away, and she'll earn herself another payoff pitch. Ball, strike, fouled away, ball, and fouled away in that order on those pitches so far. So where are we at here? 2, 4, 5, 6, 7. This is the 8th pitch of the at-bat here for Sorter. And this one will be hit out towards Bielen. Over to third. She dropped the ball. So now Novak is safe. Sorter reaches on a fielder's choice. Runners on the corners for Brianna Myers, the shortstop. Trying to think here. Fielder's choice, maybe an error too. I'm going to go yes on that. Error on the third baseman will allow her to advance. And now it's Brianna Myers, ball 1. She's 1 for 4. Fly out to right, another fly out to right, a ground out to short, and then a single to right center. 1 ball, no strikes. And now it's 1 ball, 1 strike. Leach delivers. Nice pitch. Strike 2. Two hours and 17 minutes. That one is lifted up. Center field. On the run, she dropped the ball. Michaela Winter dropped the ball, and scoring at home is Natalie Novak. And the lead now goes to the Thief River Falls Prowlers. They are pumped up inside their dugout, so they got a lead here on the road. So it'll be an error on the center fielder. If that ball would have been over her head, it would have been a base hit, but since it was in front of her and she dropped it, it's an error. So Myers to second. It's a 5-4 lead. Or I'm sorry, Myers on first. My apologies. And it was out at third. Yes. So Sorta is out at third. Myers is now on second. All right, so runners on first and second. You got Carly Regala on first, Brianna Myers on second, and Olivia Tugas is the batter. She's 0 for 4. Struck out her first 2 times, reached base on an error, and then flied out to right field on her 4 trips to the plate today. 5-4, swing tipped at the plate foul, and it's 0-2. Piper Green is a scheduled batter on deck, and as I look out towards the dugout, that is indeed Piper warming up. That one will miss for a ball, 1-2. And the pitch. Got it in there for a strike, and that will end the inning. They'll leave 2 stranded on base, but they do get 1 across, and they take a 5-4 lead here heading into the bottom of the 9th. So DGF needs a minimum of 1 run to force the 10th or 2 to win the game. We'll see which one of those 3 scenarios happens when we return after this.
Randall's Excavating is experienced in underground utilities, specializing in water lines, sanitary sewer, and storm sewer, from site preparation and trenching to the installation of all site utilities. They also provide a large number of underground services and can complete your underground work from the street to the building. Randall's Excavating responds to emergency repairs of water leaks, fire protection lines, fire hydrants, sanitary and storm sewer lines, for all commercial and residential needs, including camera inspections, and they work with most plumbing contractors. For more info, visit randallsinc.com or call 701-219-9126.
All right, welcome back. Rebels need a run. They'll start with Michaela Bielen. We'll also say Michaela Winter and Skylar Spezzard. And a little early swing pushes it foul off the third base side for strike 1. Bielen 2 for 4. Got her down for a single to center, a ground out to second, a triple to right field, and a ground out to the pitcher. In that order on her 4 trips to the plate today. That hit to right field was a stand-up triple. We're at 2 hours and 22 minutes. I was going to say 2 minutes and 22 seconds, time of the game, but that's not the case. And that's another hit to right field. This time it's good for a single. And now the tying run is on base for Michaela Winter, who steps up to the plate. Two for 4, reached on an error, a pair of singles, 1 to the outfield, 1 to the infield, and then a line drive out to a diving Piper Green at third for the second out of the inning last time she was at the plate. Now she's going to show bunt. Runner goes, and now the tying run is in scoring position as the pitch misses for a ball. Bielen up to second, now going to the books as a stolen base.
Yes.
And that one's hit to center field. And they will hold Bielen at third. So runners on the corners. And now it's Skylar Spessard's turn to try and tie this thing up.
I just felt the tension over here double.
2 runners in scoring position. And now they are going to intentionally walk Spezzard, and that sets up a force out at home. That's a smart play by Thief River Falls. As much as some may not like that play, it's the best play that Thief River Falls could do. Because if you don't do that, then you got the potential of a delayed trip to home from Bielen to win the game. Or no, to tie the game, excuse me. And if you get a little dribbler into the infield, you can just throw it right back to Kramer and get the force out at home.
Substitution at first.
Maddie Michaelbust will be the runner at first. Ellie Boyd, the batter now. Hits this one, and now right back to Kramer at home, and she's out at home. Wow, I would like to see the replay on that one if I'm going to be 100% honest with you. That was very, very close. So they did get the force out at home, just like we talked about. So Boyd will reach on a fielder's choice. And it's a 6-2 on the throw out at the plate. So all the other runners advance. Michaela Winter now on third. And a strike thrown to Kaylee Peterson, the batter. Maddie Michaelbust on second, and Ellie Boyd on first. That was a terribly close play at the plate there. I thought for a moment that she scored.
I did as well.
And that one right over our heads here in the broadcast booth. 0-2. If you watching at home want to look at the replay, you can by using the live instant replay feature on YouTube, but I can't. I could do it, but then we'd miss the game of whatever happens next. So and outside for a ball, 1-2. So here's the scenario. Winter on third. She comes in. The game's tied. Michael Burst on second. She comes in. The game is over, and DGF will win. If a double play happens, game is over, and Thief River Falls wins. So that's one thing that the Rebels will have to be careful about. They don't want to bat themselves into a potential double play. 2-2. And now it's a full count at 3-2. And this will be pitch number 48 coming up for Tugas. 30 strikes, 17 balls, and 47 tosses. We are in the bottom of the ninth. The tying run to force the 10th is on third base with one out. And that will walk her. It's a bases loaded walk, and the game is tied. And now Mighty Michaelbust on third. If she touches home plate successfully, the game is over. Knotted up at 5 here. And Lexi Fromke's the scheduled batter. And I do believe it is Fromke. She's 0 for 3 with a ground out, sacrifice bunt, a fly out, and another ground out. One out, and this is a big at-bat here for DGF. And they will hit that one to Myers. Throw home. Out. Yeah, you may have heard a particular fan say that, and I would have to agree with it. Unfortunately, the ref was behind home plate and didn't see that drop ball, and they called her out at home, and that's a lucky break for the Prowlers. And now the coach is coming out. And now the two officials are going to come out. We'll see if the other official saw what we saw from up here in the press box or not. They're going to call her out anyway. So this game will last a little bit longer. So another fielder's choice, 6-2 on the supposed throwout at home. And Autumn Leach now has a chance to get the winning RBI. And it would be Ellie Boyd who would have to come in and score from third to win the game here for the Rebels. And this next pitch will be pitch number 51. And pitch 51 comes across for ball 2. 31 strikes on 51 pitches. We're at 2 hours and 29 minutes, time of the game. 5-5, 2 away, winning run on third. And here's the pitch. Swing and a miss. 2-1. Ball, striking a ball to Autumn Leach. And Olivia Tugas has a 3-1 count on Leach. with 2 away. Swing and a miss, and it's a full count. And one more pitch like that from Tugis, and we go to the 10th inning of play. On a controversial call at home. Some may say the Rebels should have won this already. Swing and a miss, and we go to the 10th inning as they strand 3 on base. And the Prowlers get a lucky break there in the 9th. 1 each. We're still undecided here. So we'll be back. 2 hours, 30 minutes, and counting. Be back soon.
Buffalo River Sales in Glendon has a rock-solid reputation of providing excellent service, support, and satisfaction. Buffalo River Sales prides themselves on giving customers the best service available, the best parts, and the best accessories, plus a staff that understands all aspects of the business. Check out the line of Hustler mowers and Flow trailers. Buffalo River Sales also offers military discounts. Keep your equipment running right by scheduling your service and repair needs today with Buffalo River Sales, 122 State Street Northeast in Glendon. Call 218-498-2800.
Concrete is used in nearly every business and residence thanks to its durability and low cost. Whether it's your home, farm, or business, your concrete will likely need maintenance or repair given our harsh winters. The team at Cash Concrete has over 20 years experience and is able to provide the best, most cost-effective service in today's market. Call 701-219-0425 or visit cashconcretefm.com to get your free quote. Cash Concrete, proudly serving North Dakota and Minnesota commercial businesses and the community since 1995.
All right. We got a softball game here, folks. Piper Green, the freshman third baseman, struggled at the start, but then since then has been pretty much piping hot, no pun intended. And strike one, or ball one, strike one now. So the first pitch was a ball, the second pitch was a strike is what I'm trying to say. Oh, it is, okay. 2 strikes, and that one is hit. I missed the play.
Ball was caught.
To third? Sure, okay. Line drive out to the shortstop for out number 1. If this was a basketball game, you'd be watching the equivalent of the 4th overtime. And coming in is Michaela Winter for the catch. Brooklyn Broadwell, 1 for 4, walk, single, ground out, strikeout, strikeout in that order. And now this one rolls right back to Leach. Leach dropped it, picks it up, doesn't get it over. It's going to be an error. She'll reach base on an error charge to the pitcher. And now Sophia Kramer is the scheduled batter, and she will pick up the bat and run up to the batter's box. To answer your question earlier, Chris, I think if we hit the 3-hour mark, I think it's safe to say that would be the longest softball game. But we're 27 minutes away from that happening.
I think at least I hope.
You hope to set a record, or you hope not to?
I'm good with staying out of the record.
Okay.
At least for that.
1 ball, no strike. I certainly don't want that record back. Our friend Eric can hold that baseball record of 4 hours. That was one thing Eric and I joked about, too, was that's a record I never want to hold.
Yep.
2-1, the count here to Sophia Kramer, the junior. Hope you're enjoying the broadcast. Prowlers fans probably breathing a sigh of relief there in the bottom of the 9th. As the Rebels had the bases loaded. And they ended up stranding all 3 runners on base. And that one's fouled off. 2-2 is still the count with 2 outs. So the Prowlers, 5 runs and 11 hits on 5 DGF errors. And they've left a total of 11 on base. And DGF, 5 runs on 11 hits, 2 Prowlers errors, and they've left a total of 11 on base. So the only thing not even is the error column. Both teams have 5 runs. Both teams have 11 hits. Both teams have left 11 runners on base. And we are knotted up at 5. And that one through the legs of Fromke into shallow left field. That's good for a base hit. Kramer on with a base hit, pushes Broadwell up to second. And I'll bring up Natalie Novak, the senior. Once again, the Prowlers cannot win it in the top half of the inning. They will have to play defense in the bottom half if they are able to gain a lead here. That one's fouled straight back. And it's a good thing I wasn't driving by at that moment. 0-1. And a swing and a miss. 0-2. Who said softball was boring? Nobody I know. I can say that much for sure. And that one's hit out into right field. One hopper, and rounding third is Broadwell. And the play home hits the umpire on the left shoulder. Hopefully he's okay. But that's an RBI double for Novak to right field that scores a run. Or did it score 2 runs? Yeah, it scored 2 runs. That's why there's one less player on base. It scored 2 runs, so it's 7-5 now here in favor of the Prowlers. A low ball to Cora Sorta, the batter. 0 for 3, struck out, walked, reached on a fielder's choice. Strike there, 1-1. So now the Rebels need at least 2, assuming that the Prowlers don't score again. Here's the pitch. And now it's a little grounder. And Leach couldn't grab it. And now the runners are safe. And that's going to be another error. This is Brianna Myers, the shortstop. And the pitch. And Myers blasts one into center field. Now bring Novak in from third. And now runners on first and second. RBI single for Myers makes it 8-5. Cora Sorta, the runner on second. Now Myers, the runner on first. And I believe this is Rogala, and it is. Carly Rogala, 2 for 5. Struck out, reached on a fielder's choice, single to left, fielder's choice, single to left. And now a grounder to DeVries, and that's a 4-3 ground out. So they'll strand 2 on base, but they get 3 across here, and it is 8-5, and the DGF Rebels need at least 3 to force the 11th inning. We'll see if they can get it here when we return after this here on Magnitude Sports.
Randall's Excavating is experienced in underground utilities, specializing in water lines, sanitary sewer, and storm sewer, from site preparation and trenching to the installation of all site utilities. They also provide a large number of underground services and can complete your underground work from the street to the building. Randall's Excavating responds to emergency repairs of water leaks, fire protection lines, fire hydrants, sanitary and storm sewer lines, for all commercial and residential needs, including camera inspections, and they work with most plumbing contractors. For more info, visit randallsinc.com or call 701-219-9126.
All right, welcome back. 8-5 in favor of the Thief River Falls Prowlers here as we move to the bottom of the 10th. And it is a hit that drops foul just by about 7-8 inches to the right side of the foul line. And it goes into the books as strike one. Greta DeVries is the batter, 1 for 3. I think it's Greta. Yes, it is. No, yes. Yes, it is. Okay, ground out, line drive, out, a single, and an intentional walk. And that pitch will miss for a ball. 1-0 to DeVries. And it's ball 2. 2-1 the count here to DeVries. Lola Garrett and Michaela Bieland are the scheduled batters. 8-9-1 here in the bottom of the 10th. And the pitch. And that one's hit to right field, and it is dropped by Rogala in right field. And that'll be an error for the right fielder, and that'll put DeVries on base. And instead of Garrett, we got a re-entry from Katie Kittleson now. Kittleson 0 for 3 up to this point with 1 skipped at bat opportunity. Oh, and that's a hard hit ball towards Piper Green. She wasn't able to control it. It'll be an infield base hit. There was nothing Piper Green could do about that other than what she did about it, and that's a base hit for Kittleson. So now the tying run steps up to the plate. Michaela Bieland is 3 for 5, single, ground out, stand up, triple to right, and another ground out. So now she's due for a double if that pattern continues. And line drive out and back to second, but diving there's DeVries. And a nice play by Brianna Myers to try and get that double play, but man, that was not an easy catch to make, and Myers made the catch. And for DGF fans, I'm sorry I didn't say that she was due for a line drive out. 3 for 5 for Michaela Winter. Reached on an error. Single, single, line drive, and a single. And that one is hit, and it gets by Myers. Rounding third is DeVries. She scores. Back to second. She's safe. 2 runners on, and it's a 8-6 game. So I'll go in the books as a base hit for Winter. DeVries scores. Kittleson up to second. And that brings up Skylar Spessard. And a strike is called there. Spessard looking for something here. She's 0 for 3. Ground out to third, a ground out to third, an intentional walk, a ground out to third, and an intentional walk. 0-1. And 1-1, although I thought that might have been a strike. 0-2. That's why I'm up in the broadcast booth and not behind the plate. 1-1.
There's many more reasons for that, Mike.
And that one's hit to right field, and that one is caught. And the throw back to first is, I believe she's safe. I think they're discussing whether or not Regola actually caught it in the outfield because it did look kind of close to the ground. Everybody's safe. 8-6 tying run on first. Ellie Boyd is the batter. Michaela Winter on first, Katie Kittleson on second. 8-6 here with 2 out in the bottom of the 10th. And the pitch misses for a ball. Boyd is 2 for 5. Double, reach base on an error, a single, a ground out, and reach base on a fielder's choice. 1-0, 2-0. We're at 2 hours and 47 minutes, time of the game so far.
We're getting there, Mike.
And that one's hit to right field, and it will drop foul. So everybody will go back to where they started from. And that is a ball 3. And now Walker. So now the bases are loaded. Ellie Boyd walks on 4 pitches, and here comes Kaylee Peterson, 2 for 4. Fly out to the second baseman, double, reached on a fielder's choice, single and a walk. 8-6, tying run is on second base. Winning run is on first. Pitch is high for a ball upstairs. "70 pitches for Tugas now. I have her down for 29 balls and 41 strikes. 1-0 to Peterson. And that one's hit hard, batted down by Green. She steps on the bag at third. Out, that ends the game. The Prowlers get a lucky break in the bottom of the 9th, or in the top of the 9th, I meant to say, and now they get a well-deserved win on that ground out there on the force out on third on Michaela Winter. So they'll officially strand 3 on base as the two teams will shake hands. And time of the game, 2 hours and 49 minutes unofficially, according to my clock. And What a game it was. 8-6 in favor of the Thief River Falls Prowlers. So the Prowlers move to 2-1 on the season. The Rebels fall to 1-1, which is where the Rebels were at right before they started this game here. And, well, man, your thoughts on this one, Chris?
I don't even know where to start.
Yeah,
it's not what I was expecting for an opener.
Yeah, well, let's take a break, and we'll come back with more thoughts, and then we'll be back in a moment here on Magnitude Sports.
Buffalo River Sales in Glendon has a rock-solid reputation of providing excellent service, support, and satisfaction. Buffalo River Sales prides themselves on giving customers the best service available, the best parts, and the best accessories, plus a staff that understands all aspects of the business. Check out the line of Hustler mowers and Flow trailers. Buffalo River Sales also offers military discounts. Keep your equipment running right by scheduling your service and repair needs today with Buffalo River Sales, 122 State Street Northeast in Glendon. Call 218-498-2800.
Gourmet Game Processing is the definition of delicious. They provide the best in the products that they offer and how they process your game meat. But they offer more than just high-quality, delicious products. They are a full-service meat shop that has become an important part of the local community, and they are proud to sponsor today's DGF broadcast. Located on Center Avenue in Dilworth and online at gourmetgameprocessing.net.
All right, welcome back. Your final score, the Prowlers win it in extras, 10 innings, 8-6. Rebels had the bases loaded, and a force out at third ended the game with 2 outs. And, man, it started out with DGF getting the lead in the bottom of the first. They got 2 runs across the plate. They would hang on to that 2-0 lead until the bottom of the fourth when they would make it a 3-0 lead. Thief River Falls would get 2 back in the top of the fifth to cut the lead down to 3-2, but DGF would double up on the Prowlers with 1 more in the bottom of the fifth to make it 4-2. Thief River Falls would tie it up in the top of the sixth to make it 4-4. DGF would not score in the bottom of the sixth. Neither team would score in the 7th or 8th innings. Both teams would get 1 run in their respective half of the innings in the 9th to make it, let's see here, 5-5, I think, at that point. Yeah. Let's see. Yep. Yeah, 5-5 after 9 innings of play. And then Thief River Falls would tack on 3 in the 10th there to make it 8-5. Rebels would get 1 back, but leave a couple runners in scoring position and fall a little bit short in the hopeful comeback for DGF. And if you're a DGF fan, you're probably thinking this game should have been over in the 9th inning. But it wasn't. So, unofficial scoring line, you see it there on your screen. Prowlers 8 runs on 14 hits, 6 Rebels errors, and left 13 runners on base. The Rebels 6 runs on 13 hits on 3 Prowlers errors, and also left 13 runners on base. As we take a look at the individual stats here, Michaela Bielen, 6 at-bats, 2 runs, 3 hits, 2 singles, and a triple. Michaela Winter was 2 for 6, excuse me. No, I take that back. Let's just read through the stat line here. 6 at-bats, 2 runs, 4 hits, 4 singles. Ellie Boyd had 5 at-bats, 1 run, 2 hits, 1 single, 1 double. Kaylee Peterson had 5 at-bats, 2 hits, 1 single, 1 double. And Greta DeVries had 4 at-bats with 1 run, 1 hit, and 1 single. Katie Kittleson had 4 at-bats with 1 hit for a single. And that would do it for the hitting for the Rebels. For the Prowlers, Brooklyn Broadwell had 5 at-bats, 1 run, 1 hit for a single. Sophia Kramer had 5 at-bats, 1 run, 3 hits, 1 bunt single, 2 regular singles, and 1 RBI. Natalie Novak with 6 at-bats, scored 2 runs on 3 hits for 3 doubles, and also had 3 RBIs. And Cora Sorda with 4 at-bats, went 0 for 4. Brianna Myers, 6 at-bats, had 3 hits for 3 singles. Carly Rogala had 6 at-bats, scored 1 run, 2 hits for 2 singles. And Olivia Tugis had 5 at-bats, scored 1 run. Eliza Berkeley had 3 at-bats for 1 run on 1 hit on 1 single and 2 RBIs. Braylee Winden had 5 at-bats, 1 run scored, 1 hit, 1 single. And that wraps up the batting numbers here for the Thief River Falls Prowlers. Pitching, it was for the Prowlers. It was Carly Rogala starting the game. She pitched 4 1/3 innings, faced 22 batters, 15 balls, 38 strikes, 53 pitches total, allowed 4 runs on 7 hits, had an ERA of 4.15, and struck out 1. And that 1 struck out swinging. She also walked 1 batter and had 1 batter intentionally walked. For Olivia Tugis, she pitched 5 2/3 innings, faced 28 batters, 71 pitches, split up into 29 balls and 42 strikes. Let's see here, allowed 2 runs, struck out 1. That one went down swinging, allowed 6 hits, walked 4 batters. 2 of those batters were intentionally walked, and that's it. And then the 2 pitchers combined would pitch a total of 10 innings. 50 batters came up to the plate, 124 pitches, 80 strikes, 44 balls, 6 runs allowed for an ERA of 2.7. That's 4.15 for Rogala and 1.59 for Tugis. And that will wrap up your pitching numbers here for the Prowlers. And for the Rebels, Natalie Lindman started, pitched 6 1/3 innings, faced 32 batters, 121 pitches, split up into 42 balls and 79 strikes, allowed 4 runs and struck out 7, 2 looking, 5 swinging, allowed 8 hits, walked 4 batters. And for Autumn Leach, she would pitch 3 2/3 innings, faced 19 batters, 60 pitches, 15 balls, and 45 strikes, allowed 4 runs, had an ERA of 2.45, struck out 3. All 3 of them went down swinging, allowed 6 hits. For the 2 pitchers combined, they would pitch 10 innings, face 51 batters, throw 181 pitches, 57 balls, and 124 strikes. And they would allow 8 runs, strike out 10 batters, 2 swinging, 8 looking, 14 hits allowed, 4 batters walked. And that wraps up your pitching numbers here for the DGF Rebels. 8-6, your final and 10. You've had some time to think about it. I'm going to throw you on the spot.
Oh, boy.
First of all, what your overall thoughts on the game?
My overall thoughts, I was not expecting such a good game for a home opener. You know, you're thinking early season, still some rust, still some stuff to clean up. But I didn't see that a lot throughout of this. I mean, there were definitely some things, next game, let's look at that a little bit, but nothing compared to what I'd expect for an opener.
This felt like a section playoff game.
It really did.
Yeah, it sure did. And here it is, the 3rd game of the season for the Prowlers, 2nd game of the season for the Rebels, and it had that section playoff atmosphere. So, man, fantastic game. No Rebels fans think it's maybe a little less fantastic than the Prowler fans do, but
still a lot of season ahead.
Exactly. Yep. I mean, you could look back at this game if it comes down to wins, loss, and tiebreakers down at the end of the season. You could look back and maybe, man, if only that would have happened. But Yeah, I like you said, Chris, a lot of season to go here, and I think what these two teams put on the field today here, they got a bright season in front of them for both of these teams. Would you agree?
No doubt.
Yeah.
Looking, you talked earlier about how they were at state, 5 years in a row? 20.
4 in a row.
4 in a row.
15, 16, 17, and 18.
Yes,
yep.
as it's right in a big wall right behind us. You had a really good.
I cheated earlier.
I wish I would have noticed that earlier. I'd have given you a harder time. But really nice run there, and last year bringing it back, and I see it continuing, starting another run here. Definitely a great program that's coming along for DGF.
Well, like I said, we'll have something for you tomorrow. It'll either be softball or baseball.
Thursday.
You're right, and I was told that earlier. And we will have nothing for you tomorrow. We'll have absolutely nothing
Come back
for
and
you tomorrow.
rewatch this game.
Yeah, we'll have this game for you tomorrow on replay. So come back Thursday. We'll either have softball or baseball. The hope is to get softball on, but we'll see how they're going with the construction of that new press box and if they have power in there by Thursday or not.